Friends, have you ever thought that in this vast universe, where there are billions and trillions of stars, countless planets, then why have we not found even a single alien civilization till today? Today, we are going to talk about a concept that perhaps defines the future of entire humanity, and its name is the Great Filter. So, if you want to know what that thing is, which wipes out every advanced civilization, and whether we can avoid it, then watch this video till the end, because what I'm going to tell you today might completely change the way you think. So let's start with the most basic question. What is this Great Filter? Look, friends, it was the year 1950 when a very famous Italian physicist, Enrico Fermi, was having lunch with some of his scientist friends. And in the middle of conversation, he asked a question that shook the entire scientific community. And that question was very simple. Where is everybody? Now, you might be thinking this is a strange question. But friends, when Fermi asked this question, he was talking about aliens. Look, in our Milky Way galaxy alone, there are between approximately 100 to 400 billion stars. And in the entire observable universe, it is estimated that there are more than 2 trillion galaxies. Now, if we assume that even if only 1% of those stars have planets, and among those, even if life developed on just 1%, then there should be millions and billions of civilizations in this universe. So then why have we not found even one till today? This paradox was called the Fermi Paradox, and to solve this, scientists proposed many theories. Among them, the scariest and most interesting answer for this particular question is the Great Filter. Now, to understand the concept of the Great Filter, we first need to understand how any civilization forms and becomes advanced. For this, Soviet scientist Nikolai Kardashev has created a scale called the Kardashev scale. This scale basically ranks any civilization based on its energy consumption. A Type 1 civilization is one that can use the entire energy of its planet. That means controlling earthquakes, manipulating the weather. It can do all of that. A Type 2 civilization is one that can harness all the energy of its star, like by building a Dyson sphere revolving around the sun, consuming its every joule of energy. And a Type 3 civilization is one that can control the energy of its entire galaxy. And it continues to Type 7, but they are out of human reach for now, or will be for any particular time in future. Now, where are we humans on this scale? Friends, we are not even Type 1 yet. We are somewhere around 0.7. That means it will still take time for us to fully use the energy of our planet. Now here comes the real question. If so many civilizations should have existed, then at least some must have become Type 2 or Type 3 in a long period of time, as much as 13 billion years. And their signals should have reached us, right? But that is not happening. And to explain this comes the concept of the Great Filter. The idea of the Great Filter is that between the beginning of life and becoming an advanced interstellar civilization, there are certain steps that are almost impossible to cross, and most civilizations end at those steps. Now, the thing to think about is, what is that filter? And the most important question is, have we humans already crossed this filter, or is it still ahead of us? To understand this, we have to look at the entire journey step by step. Step 1 is that a planet must have the right conditions. It should be in the Goldilocks zone, neither too hot nor too cold. There should be liquid water, there should be an atmosphere, there should be a magnetic field to protect from radiation. Now that's fine, but scientists say there are billions of such planets in our galaxy alone, so maybe this is not the filter. Step 2 is the beginning of life on that planet. We only know that on Earth, around 3.8 billion years ago, simple single-cell organisms formed. But how did they form? That is still a mystery. Some scientists believe this might be the first Great Filter, because turning non-living matter into living matter might be such a rare event that out of billions of planets, it happens only on a few. But suppose life began. Then step 3 is the formation of complex cells from simple cells. That is, from prokaryotic to eukaryotic cells. And this was also a huge jump because on Earth it took nearly 2 billion years for this transition to happen. Now think, 2 billion years is a very long time, and during that period anything could have gone wrong. An asteroid impact, a supervolcano eruption, a gamma ray burst, and all life ends. So maybe on many planets life began, but they could not cross this step. Step 4 is the formation of multicellular organisms, meaning multiple cells working together. And this too is a major step. Step 5 is the development of intelligent life, the formation of a brain, learning to use tools, developing language. And this is the most interesting step because billions of species came and went on Earth, But only we humans developed this level of intelligence. Dinosaurs existed for 65 million years, but they never built technology. They never developed language. So maybe intelligent life is so rare that this itself is the great filter. But friends, now comes the scariest part. Is the filter behind us or ahead of us? If the filter is behind us, the filter was the development of intelligent life itself, then we are very lucky. But if the filter is ahead of us, then things become very scary, because that would mean every intelligent civilization reaches a point where it destroys itself, and we are walking on the same path. What could actually end human civilization? First, nuclear war. Thousands of warheads, firestorms, nuclear winter, global collapse. Second, engineered pandemics, a lab-made virus, deadlier than anything natural. Third, uncontrolled AI, systems smarter than us, optimizing for goals that ignore human survival. Fourth, climate tipping points, runaway warming, crop failure, mass migration, conflict. Fifth, asteroid impact, rare, but one large rock can reset Earth. Sixth, biotechnology misuse, cheap gene editing in the wrong hands. Most civilizations don't die slowly, they hit a filter. And the seventh possibility, perhaps the most interesting, is the dark forest theory. Maybe every civilization decides at some point not to contact others because it could be dangerous. The dark forest theory says the universe is like a dark forest where every civilization is a hunter. If you reveal your location, other hunters will eliminate you. So everyone stays silent. So maybe the reason the universe is silent is not because it's empty. Maybe every advanced civilization eventually invents social media, argues about politics for 200 years, builds AI slightly smarter than themselves, and then disappears. Or maybe they're out there, watching us, waiting to see if we survive Wi-Fi comments before saying hello. The Fermi Paradox doesn't ask, where's everybody? It quietly asks, are we about to become the answer? Anyway,